We were on Yonge Street. As you heard Cynthia mention, they've been taking the tape down, and one of the things I think you see is people walking on the other side of the street, and that was, of course, the focus of all the horror yesterday. The van drove down on that side of the street. We're learning more details about yesterday as well as the police investigation progresses. The one thing I think that shocked many people today was what we heard at this news conference from the police was that 7 minutes, that's all it took from the first 911 call when the incident started at Finch just up the street to when it ended down at the other side of Shepherd, further down there with the arrest of Alek Minassian. And all that occurred in between, of course, is the horror. 10 people left dead, 14 people were injured. Now, we have some security video to show you. Now, a warning. Nobody was injured in this video you're about to see, but of course it may be disturbing to some how it unfolded. As you watch, everything seems normal. Two people simply walking toward each other on Yonge, about 5 blocks south of Finch. It's likely about 3 minutes after the rental van has begun its deadly drive. Now you can see one of them point north, and then both scramble up onto the lawn in front of the building. Large rocks at the end likely protecting them as the van roars by on the sidewalk, narrowly missing them. As you see them pause almost to gather their thoughts, they start to head south in the direction of the van, but then they stop and move the other way, move quickly north, trying to get the attention of a police car that appears that it looks like it might be in pursuit. Now today, Chief Mark Saunders also provided an update on the massive investigation. The lead investigator confirming that the suspect posted a cryptic message online shortly before the attack regarding a group called Incel.
The accused is alleged to have posted a cryptic message on Facebook minutes before he began driving the rented van, and he drove it southbound on Yonge Street and onto the crowded sidewalks.
Also at the news conference today was Ontario's Chief Coroner, Dr. Dirk Heyer. He says it has been a difficult task identifying the victims.
It's very challenging. It occurred in a very busy pedestrian area, and it occurred over a significant distance. And there were many who are injured as well as deceased, and we need to have a full understanding of both the injured as well as the deceased. Most of the time people have identification on them, and that gives us the first information as to who that person may be. So from that information, we then reach out to family members, and we have done that. The police service have done that, working with us, and told the family that we believe their loved one has died. And we've asked them to help us to develop a method to scientifically confirm those identifications. And those confirmations will be through dental X-ray comparison, potentially fingerprint comparison, or if necessary, DNA comparison.
Police also releasing some details about the victims. They were predominantly women. They ranged in age from their mid-20s to their 80s. When asked if women may have been the target, police said that hadn't been ruled out. Now, some good news, some of the injured have been released. As for Minassian, he made a court appearance today. He's been charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder, 13 of attempted murder. Now, there was some confusion on the number of injured. It's expected a 14th charge will also be laid. Pam Cedon will have more on that. As we mentioned, this investigation has focused along Yonge Street. Earlier, we saw police do a strip walk along here from one side to the other, looking for any evidence to make sure they hadn't missed anything, overlooked anything as they checked along this entire way. Some also repairs have been made along the street now to the physical damage on here. But it is about to reopen, and also the subway is expected to resume operations a little later as well.